High-concept science fiction stories are something I enjoy very much. So as I was watching the 8 half-hour episodes that compose the Netflix original miniseries, Russian Doll, I was very pleasantly surprised to be reminded of some classic Star Trek episodes. I went into the show without knowing a thing about it. The thumbnail of the video had nothing but the title in bold red, with the face of lead actress Natasha Lyonne staring into the audience. I recognized Lyonne from American Pie and Orange is the New Black, and the bold colors were enough for me to take a look at the start of the first episode. Lyonne plays a fiercely independent New Yorker, Nadia Vulvakov, who seems to hate life and everyone in it. The premiere starts at her 36th birthday party, and we learn a lot about her character in a few short minutes. Nadia is an awful person, yet her character is very likable. Smarmy, witty, and rough around the edges, Nadia's toughness is a facade that guards some dark secret. After making several bad decisions that night, she ends up dead. And then immediately returns to the first moment of the show at the sink of the bathroom at her birthday party. Why is she being forced to relive the same day? The movie Groundhog Day immediately came to mind. While Russian Doll may have been inspired by Groundhog Day, it has some key differences. One is that Russian Doll actually isn't very funny. There's definitely comedy in the show and plenty of gallows humor, but what kept me watching the first episode was entirely the excellent portrayal of the main character by Natasha Lyonne. Sarcastic, offensive, incisive, carefree, and a little weird, Nadia reminded me of some people I've known before, and I was intrigued to see how she interacted with her world, especially after the jarring realization that she was reliving the same day, for reasons unknown. Is this a supernatural experience? Is it all in her head? The other difference from Groundhog Day is that it's much more serious. Not as serious as a movie like Inception, but it has a profound psychological creep factor that I wasn't expecting at all. In fact, I would say that it's hard to classify the genre as a comedy or drama, dramedy. So maybe backdoor science fiction would be the best term. After the first couple episodes, however, I was completely fascinated to learn what the heck was actually going on. The mystery of the story was very compelling. Then I started thinking of a few episodes of Star Trek The Next Generation. In the episode Remember Me, Dr. Crusher is trapped in a warp bubble parallel to, but not exactly the same as reality.
Starbase 133, this is the Enterprise. Please acknowledge. It's not just people. Everything is disappearing. If there's nothing wrong with me, maybe there's something wrong with the universe. Computer, what is the nature of the universe?
The universe is a spheroid region 705 meters in diameter.
In cause and effect, the Enterprise is destroyed at the beginning of the episode and is caught in a time loop that forces the crew to relive the same day that leads to their deaths, and eventually are able to gather clues that explain their predicament.
Engaging tractor beam.
All hands to emergency escape pods.
Core breach is imminent. All hands abandon ship! Repeat, all hands abandon!
Timescape plays with slowed and accelerated time, notably where fruit on a table rots within a few minutes for no apparent reason. In all, every episode surprised me, and I was generally startled by some of the things that happened. Even with my background as a fan of science fiction, it was difficult for me to predict what might happen next, and I liked that a lot. Intense curiosity sprinkled with occasional moments of deep dread were probably the two most common emotions I experienced. Very well acted, exquisitely well filmed and directed, and so well written that I felt like I knew it and come to care very deeply about the characters. Russian Doll has elements of thriller, comedy, sci-fi, romantic comedy, Greek tragedy. It would seem like a total mess, just like our main character Nadia. Yet, somehow, it works. I think we can give much of the credit to Natasha Lyonne, who in addition to playing the very compelling lead character, pitched the idea for the story and is a co-creator, and even directed one of the episodes. She helped to execute it flawlessly. At a total runtime of less than 4 hours, with just 8 half-hour episodes, This won't monopolize your time, and you can enjoy the whole program in just a day or two of casual viewing. It also appears to be a complete idea, totally wrapped up at the end of the final episode with no need for a sequel or another season. The title Russian Doll not only refers to the worlds within worlds represented by a Russian matryoshka or nesting doll, but also the Russian-American main character, trapped within those shells of reality. As a final comment, Nadia is presented as a very freely sexual person. Yet I noticed that her attire is extremely conservative at all times during the show. I would expect another costume designer to have given the character a highly sexualized appearance to match this behavior. But I think this choice works very well, both visually, because Nadia's bright red curly hair, like that of Merida in the movie Brave, has nearly the hue of fresh blood and so draws the eye right to her in every single scene. And her dark, heavy clothing tells us something about the guarded nature of the character. This is a very good show from Netflix, and I think most people will enjoy it. Thanks for watching and subscribing to my channel. My name is Luke. May the Force be with you.